Irma is now a Category 3 hurricane, and as we just talked about a moment ago, the longer it spends over Cuba, the harder time it's going to have maintaining its strength. Also, we have noticed a pretty solid westerly motion here instead of a northwesterly motion, as a lot of the computer models predicted. It predicted it moving off of Cuba rather quickly, and instead it's been hanging around along the coast of Cuba, being dragged along here with the high pressure to the north, the friction as it interacts with the landmass here. And so it may stay over Cuba just a little bit longer. Current winds are at 125 miles per hour. Now look what happens. This is something we also just talked about a moment ago. As it starts to move back over these warm waters between Cuba and mainland Florida, there's this potential here for it to intensify again, back to a Category 4, back with winds that pick up to around 140 miles per hour, 150 possibly, and then moving back up toward the west coast of Florida as a Category 4 hurricane. Now, there are no really big changes in this track. Here it is here tomorrow night. 140 mile per hour winds, very close to Fort Myers and moving up along the coast toward Tampa, St. Pete. The western part of Lake Okeechobee still in the cone. The western part of Okeechobee County still in the cone. It looks like it has shoved a little bit more to the west because it does not look like the western part of Palm Beach County is still in the cone. So that is a little bit of a shift over to the west here. That being said, they have left the cone extended out to the western part of Lake Okeechobee, which means there's still that potential for it to shift a little bit more to the east and end up closer to our viewing area, which would give us much different impact with winds especially. But even over here, staying on what looks like a very similar track right up the coast, we still get tropical storm conditions, at least with hurricane force gusts as we get into tonight, tomorrow, and into Monday morning as well.